Hi, Garrett here. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to generally operate Cyborg Llama. Although Cyborg Llama has 4 different modes, much of the functionality remains the same between the modes. This shared functionality is what this tutorial is about. First, in the upper left-hand corner, we have a button with a little house icon on it. This is the home button, and it will take you back to Cyborg Llama's home page if you click it. Next, right below the home button, we have these 4 buttons right here. These are the different modes of Cyborg Llama: reference, practice, individual, and collaboration. Now, clicking on these buttons will change your current mode to the mode that you've clicked, and you can tell which mode you're currently in by which button is depressed. So currently, you can see I'm in collaboration mode. Now, above these mode buttons and to the right of the home button, we have the name of the performance. This is test performance. And in the parentheses, we have the group name that I am a part of as I'm viewing this. So currently I'm viewing this as group 2. Now, over to the right of this, we have a seek bar, which you can drag around in order to change the current time position of the performance. You probably won't need to do that, but that's what that is. And then right beneath that seek bar is these 3 buttons right here. From left to right, those are play, pause, and stop. Those buttons will respectively play, pause, and stop the playback of the current performance. So if I press play right now, it'll start playing, and you can hear the performance. I can pause the performance and it'll stop right there, and playing it again will continue. I can change where I'm in the performance with the seek button, and then stop will put me back to the beginning. Now, often, right here to the right of those 3 buttons, often there will be this button, this large button here, labeled Save. And this button is used after you're done recording to commit tracks to the project in whatever mode you're in. However, that is like, to get into details about that, that's for a different tutorial that can be seen in the tutorials for individual mode or collaboration mode. Those are the tutorials we'll actually get into the specifics about that button in. Now, moving over to the right here, this 0:1, that is a label showing you the current beat and current measure of the track. So as we watch this, you can see that the number on the right is keeping time, and the number on the left is showing the current measure. Now, continuing on to the right, up here we have the tempo of the performance, 110 BPM in this case. And then right below that, we have this slider here that is for the volume of the metronome. So if I play this performance, and you can hear the metronome, but if I lower this here, the metronome's no longer in there, and now it's just kind of quiet, and now it's as loud as what it can be. Now, right beneath all that is this button, Copy Permalink, and I'm not going to actually explain what that is in this tutorial. If you want to learn about that, you can learn about it in the individual mode tutorial or in the permalink tutorial. Now, moving on, moving down into the video area, you can see that mousing over one of these videos hides it, and moving your mouse outside of the video unhides it. On a device where there's no mouse, tapping on the video should hide it, and tapping elsewheres outside of it will unhide it. Now, within this little video section, you can see at the top of the video, at the top of the section, it has the name of the part, Violin 1. Obviously, I'm not playing the violin there, but usually the person would be playing the violin, or they would be, or the title of the section would be more explicit of what that person was doing. But continuing on, right beneath that is this button labeled REC with a red circle. That's the record button. and you can learn more about how that works and how you use that in the tutorial's individual mode or collaboration mode. Continuing on, over here to the right we have this checkbox labeled mute, and what that does is when that checkbox is checked, that part will be muted. So if I play this again, you can see that this part right here that I've labeled violin 1 is me counting the measures. Now if I mute it, you won't hear it. And I can unmute it, and then it's right back in. And you can do that for any one of these. You see the little mute button on all of these. Now, right below the mute button is the solo button, and the solo button is a little bit trickier. What the solo button does is when it's checked, it mutes all other videos that aren't explicitly soloed. So because I've only selected solo on this one, what's going to happen is all the other videos will be muted. So I'll only hear this video. So if we listen, you can hear me counting. So, and if you solo that one and you solo this one, the bottom one is me hitting a floor lamp. You can hear both me counting and me hitting the floor lamp now. Continuing, right beneath these two checkboxes is this volume slider, which you can either reduce the volume of a track or increase the volume of the track. The volume does go above 100%, so if you've recorded something with like a really quiet mic, you are able to boost up the volume some. So like in this case, I'm counting those numbers rather quietly. So if I play this and I turn up the volume,
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2,
you can definitely hear me
1,
counting now.
2, 3, 4,
you
1,
really
2,
couldn't.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Stopping that. Now that actually concludes the tutorial. You can watch the other tutorials to learn more about the specifics of individual mode, practice mode, collaboration mode, or any other part of Cyborg Llama.